All right, here we go. We're going to call this part 13.5 notes, day 3. So we're going to do 3 of these and put them together. So example 1, we want to graph y equals 2 cosine the quantity x plus 90 degrees minus 1. Again, we're just going to do 3 of these where we put amplitude, period, phase shift, vertical shift all together. Yeah, well, we are gonna do that. In step 1, you're gonna do y equals 2 cosine x. Okay? When you do y equals a cosine bx, in this one there's a 2. Yeah. Well, what I'm going to do, like to give you full credit, I'm going to look for amplitude, period, phase shift, vertical shift. No. Okay, and that's fine. So my amplitude is 2, A is 2. The period length is 360. So I'm going to make 4 ticks to the right. Call it the period length. 4 ticks to the left. So we're doing 2 full period lengths. I'm going to go up 2, down 2. Well, let's do our forward mental thinking, and this is going to go down 1, so I'm going to make 1 extra tick. Cosine starts at the A value, so now this is going to start at 2. Then I go to 0, -2, 0, 2. Continue the pattern to the left. Step 2. This is going to have a vertical shift of down 1 and a phase shift of left 90 degrees. So what that means is I'm going to move it left a tick and down 1. So you can start wherever you want. So here we go. I'm going to start at this point at the 360, and I'm going to go left 1 tick, down 1, 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 left 1 tick, down 1. I think I need like a little tambourine or something. Yeah. Okay, so the domain, negative infinity to infinity. Jacob, what do you think the range is?
Range is -3 and...
Yep, -3 to 1. In between? Yes. Yeah, because in interval notation, that's saying your first number, comma, the second number. And it's always the smaller number, comma, the bigger one. Yeah. All right, questions on this one? All right, graph y equals -3 cosine x minus 45 degrees plus 2. So I'm going to pause a moment and let you get a head start on me. Do as much of this as you can. If you know what you're doing, great. Do the whole thing. If you don't, try and get parts of it done. start with y equals -3 cosine x. Be careful, amplitude is +3, but a is -3. We'll see the difference now on the graph. I'm going to make 4 ticks to the right, 360 degrees. 4 to the left, -360. So I'm going to go up 3, down 3. But let's be proactive and make 2 extra ticks going up because I do have a vertical shift of up 2. Cosine starts at the A value. So instead of going up to 3, I'm down at -3. And think about it. It's a reflection over the x-axis. If I were at 3 and there's a negative, it does reflect it. So let me do my first graph dashed. Make sure that they are rounded and they're not V's. Okay, these are not V shapes. The second step is I have a vertical shift up 2 and I have a phase shift right 45 degrees. According to these tick marks, how do you shift 45 degrees? Like half, okay, right to the half. So here I go. I'm going to take this one, move it half to the right, and up 2. Half to the right, 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 up 2. Yeah, I know, really quick.
On the quiz, will you give us graphs?
No, I don't believe I do. So domain, -infinity to infinity. And then this was what? -1 to 5. Yeah, you can see mine are not perfect. So I'm not looking for perfection, but I am looking for, you tried your best to get to the max and the min. And
I think it's really
They're like, that's not the line.
That's okay. All right, last one.
This could be a period.
Y equals 4 cosine 2 times the quantity, x plus 45 degrees minus 3. All right, do as much of this as you can. I'm sorry, what? here we go. So step 1 is going to be y equals 4 cosine 2x. So the amplitude is 4 and A is 4. But what's the period length? 180. Okay, because you take 360 divided by the B value. So think about this. If it's 180, that means I'm getting twice as many period lengths in a regular 360. Okay, if it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, but I've got to go down 3 more. So cosine's going to start at 4, 0, negative 4, 0, 4. 0, negative 4, 0, 4. Then step 2. This is going to have a phase shift left 45 and a vertical shift down 3. So according to this scale, left 45 degrees is left 1 tick. So I'm going to go left 1 tick, down 3, left 1 tick, down 3, left 1 tick. Yes, so you were right. It did go to negative 7, left 1 tick, down 3, left 1 tick, down 3, left 1 tick, 3, tick, down 3. Here we go. Alright, so the domain is negative infinity to infinity, and my range is what? Negative 7 to 1. Now remember how we talked about, we can check the range from our amplitude. Half of negative 7 to 1 is half of 8, which is 4. So I did do it correctly.